Hello, hello. So let's see what's going on. Oh boy. Says here, student accused of ending fiance with her car tells court of nightmare. Ooh, was it on Elm Street? Ooh, boy. She's kind of pretty, but she got that little bit of that Zac Efron puffiness in the jaw going on there. Maybe she had some surgeries that didn't quite go right. Uh, but yeah, she decent. Alice Wood. All right. A philosophy student accused of ending her fiance as has cried in court. Of course she's cried. When have you ever seen a white woman accused of any crime about to do serious jail time didn't cry in court? I mean, unless she like ate a dude's face, she's probably gonna be crying. Like the ones that I have seen a couple that didn't cry. There was this one woman that like I think she ended her boyfriend. She was like I think they were both like high on some sort of drugs or something like that, and then she like buried the body or something like that. And another one that ended her child. It was yeah. You get a couple of those psychopaths, but most of the manipulative ones, they definitely will let those tears out. Like they have all those tears in their back pockets and they're waiting for the right moment. When she realized he was under her car, she describes stepping into a nightmare when she realized he was under. What? Well, do you try to hit him with the car? What did you think was going to happen? Alice Wood, 23, is accused of using her Ford Fiesta, as a weapon and running over Ryan Watson, 24, near their home in Rodheath, Cheshire, after they had been to a party on Monday, 6th last year. Yeah, she stepped into a nightmare, more like he got hit by a nightmare. Dude, oh my God. Dude probably uh got reincarnated into some sort of anime world just from getting hit by carcoon like that. The court has heard she drove 158 meters with Mr. Watson underneath the car. Whoa! She kept going. Wow. Straight away, he was accusing me of flirting with other men at the party, and he started calling me a slag. Well, if you're with him as your boyfriend and you're flirting with other dudes at the party, I mean, he's not wrong in calling you that, because from his perspective, that's what you are. If he found out later that that's not the case, then he's free to apologize. But the one thing you don't want to do in a situation like that is hit somebody with a car. Saying I'd embarrassed him, that would be very embarrassing, and shown him up in front of everyone. What would, were you competing to see who would flirt with more people? I don't understand how you showed him up. I'd say the embarrassing part, yeah, but to show him up, oh, maybe she loves attention, and that's probably why he was saying that. Alice Wood giving evidence at Cheshire Court on Monday. Wood said that on the night of his death, she and Mr. Watson had been at a party with staff and servers uh, staff and service users of the brain injury charity Headway. That's a funny name. Where he was a support worker. All right. Wood said she drove Mr. Watson's Fiat Punto, 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 home from the party, despite knowing she was over the drink drive limit. Okay, so she was drunk and she drove. Why is she telling all of these details that doesn't help her out of the situation where she actually took someone's life? When they got into the car, his attitude towards her flipped. He probably didn't want to embarrass you in public. She said straight away he was accusing me of flirting with other men at the party, and he started calling me a slag, saying I'm embarrassing him and showing him up in front of everyone. Yeah, he invited you an event that was about a charity that he's a part of, and you're his girl. He invited you there. You kind of have to kind of make him look good, right? That's why he invited you. And then instead of doing that, you probably made it about you? I mean, I'm assuming that from the fact that you took drastic actions and ended his life. Wood said when they returned to their home on Oak Street, she wanted to call her father to pick her up, but could not find her phone. Okay. She said she repeatedly asked Mr. Watson if she could use his phone to call her father. Well, that's just crazy. You two are in an argument. He's mad at you for something. And then what? Now you can't find your phone because you're trying to call your father to get away from him. What did you think would happen when you ask him to use his phone? Like, you're just escalating the situation at that point. It, like, he's already upset. You're trying to walk away, get away from him. What did you think was going to happen? And I assume her car was at his home. It just, she could have checked her car for her phone or something. I don't know. It just seems like, it just doesn't seem like that's how things went down because he wasn't there to tell his side of the story. It seemed to me that the whole convenient can't find your phone excuse, considering that she was the one who drove them both home, which means that he was very inebriated at that point. So possibly, if she drove them home, she could have took her car and drove wherever, or just slept in the car, whatever. She could have done anything else instead of going back in to confront someone that you're trying to avoid that's already really drunk and arguing with you. If she could use his phone, but when they were back in their house, he erupted towards her. Was he calm until you walked into the house? That doesn't make any sense. Grabbing her by her hair extensions. Oh man, she can't even just say her hair extension. Leaning her over the oven. How'd you end up in the oven? This doesn't make any sense, ma'am. This is not going to get you out of the murder charge. Uh, the oven hob while holding the ignition switch. So he's holding you with one hand by your extensions, which means you could just get out of it because it's not your actual hair. And he's using his other hand to turn on the ignition switch for the oven. And you're still what? Switch saying, ask me one more fucking time. How many times did you ask him? That seems like it would get really annoying, especially if he's doing that. Woods said she went to her car. It's so it's really weird when she tells her side of the story of what she's doing. She's doing everything calm. No one is attacking her. It's just very calm. She's just going from one dangerous situation to the next, somehow without any intervening part where she's somehow getting away from him. How did you get away from the hold and all of that stuff? How did he become calm all of a sudden so that you can just walk away? Like your story doesn't make any sense. It seems like you and him just existed in two different universes where one person was very calm, being you, and the other person was just violent. It doesn't make sense. Even if you were calm in the beginning, the moment someone starts to get violent and doing stuff like that, you are no longer calm. I, Wood said she went to her car to leave, which is something she could have done before, and describe an argument between her and Watson while she was in the driver's seat and he was outside the car. He'd scared me. So that's what she was building up to. She was building up to making him a threat. So there was all these violent acts that's happening while she's just going through life. Do 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 do. Oh, violence! Oh my God! How's this is so crazy? Do 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 do. And then now she's scared. Weird. And I know that doesn't make it excusable. Do you know that? Because that's what you're trying to do. All right. Because you're on trial. So excuses is what you need, right? So why are you saying all this stuff? But in my head at the time, I just felt so frightened and I wanted him to feel like I did. So you're admitting to them? He's away from the car. You were scared of him, but somehow you wanted to hurt him instead of get away from him. That doesn't seem to me like someone that was scared. That seems to me like someone that was the aggressor the whole time. Alice Wood, she told the jury, I'd said for the final time, Ryan, just go inside, just go to bed, and I'll be back in the morning. I'm going to go to my mom's. After that, he said, your mom's. uh, so before she was saying she wanted him to feel how she felt, and that's why she drove over him. But now she's saying what he's insulting her mom. What else is he doing? This man seems to be doing all kinds of weird stuff that don't line up with her story. In tears, she told the court Mr. Watson had threatened to send someone to her mom to have her mother knifed up. What? So you so were you scared and wanted him to feel what you feel, or did he threaten your mother and you wanted to protect your mother? It just your stories are just all over the place. She said she reversed out of the car park she had been in. She reversed and hit him, and she aimed for him. She pretty much admitted it. How is this supposed to get her out of a murder charge? Hitting Mr. Watson's car as well as a bin and bollard onto sandbag. Oh, so she hit his car and the bins. I don't know what the hell is a bollard. Um, and then what? She turned around and hit him. Wood told the court after she reversed, she decided to swerve her car towards him and stop just short of him to scare him. You're insane. This is not believable at all. He scared me, and I know that doesn't make it excusable, but in my head at the time, I just felt so frightened. Except you are the one behind the car, and he's the one that was frightened. And I wanted him to feel what I did. She described seeing Mr. Watson hit the wide screen, which she said shocked her. So you try to hit a man with a car, you hit him with the car, and that shocked you. But she said she then saw him back on his feet. And what, you hit him again? It was like stepping into a nightmare because I could see Ryan underneath the car. I'm sorry, what? You you saw him back on his feet, but you could see him underneath the car? And then it said earlier that you kept driving for like what 168 meters? Wood said she reversed again before driving. So she saw him stand up and then she reversed again to hit him again. This woman is going to jail. She said she did not see Mr. Who's her lawyer? Who advised her to tell this story? She did not see Mr. Watson in front of her car at the time. The person that you just hit with the car, you didn't see him in front of the car. Although she now accepted he was knocked down and his body went under the car. You hit him, saw him stand up, reversed and hit him again, and you say you didn't see him in front of the car. So when you reversed and hit him again, you expected him to be in front of the car, popping back up on his feet? Wood told the court her car felt as if it was not accelerating properly. After traveling a short distance down the road, she stopped and got out of the car. So you run somebody over and you're like, the car's not working too well. Pull over and see. Check under the hood or something. Crying, she said it was like stepping to a nightmare because I could see right underneath the car. It was like I was in hell. It didn't seem real. Well, uh, he was probably in hell. I was just heartbroken. You were heartbroken. His whole body was broken. Alice Wood said she accepted causing Mr. Watson's death. But she said she did not do it deliberately. How? You deliberately hit him with a deadly weapon. She agreed she went to see medical professionals after his death because she was struggling. She added, I was just heartbroken. She said she and Mr. Watson began a relationship in March 2020 and became engaged in September that year, buying a house together in October 2021. That was until he took her to a public engagement and she embarrassed him by flirting with a bunch of dudes. In May last year, she was preparing for her final exams in theology, philosophy, and ethics. Irony, philosophy and ethics, and had been awarded a scholarship for research masters. Wood denies murder and an alternative count of manslaughter. Nah, registered. Nah, she going to jail. She going to jail. She pretty much admit to doing it. And then you're gonna say it wasn't deliberate. You hit the man with what, 3 times? You hit his car, then you hit him, and then you saw him pop up, and then you hit him again, and then you kept going. It just, if she doesn't get convicted, that's just crazy to me because she pretty much confessed. Anyways, until next time.